the closing of voting. The result of the counting is then filled by the presiding officer in Form 34A, which he signs and is countersigned by the agents or candidates of political parties. Candidates of political parties. Once Form 3A is filled, then the presiding officer is required to key in the results in the GIMS gadget, scan the Form 34A, and send the two documents simultaneously to the constituency returning officer and to the National Tallying Center. The presidential result announced by the presiding officer is final. The constituency returning officer is then required to collect all the results from the Forms 34A, tally them, and record the aggregates of the votes cast in favor of each candidate in Form 34B. The returning officer then announces the result of the presidential election in respect of the constituency and electronically submits them to the National Tallying Center. The result announced by the constituency returning officer is final. Now, the only role of the commission at the National Tallying Center is to collect and tally the results from the 290 constituency returning officers as recorded in Form 34Bs, and then record the results in Form 34C. So that is our role. That's what we have been doing here. The chairman of the commission, as a returning officer in respect of the presidential elections, then announces the results of the presidential election. Where a candidate has met the constitutional threshold in Article 138(4) of the Constitution, that garnering 50% plus 1 of the total votes cast and 25% of the total votes cast in at least half the counties, then the chairman shall declare such a candidate as having been duly elected as President of the Republic of Kenya. In this regard, Kenyans, by the powers vested in me,